I've seen the comments, okay? I get it. The mic, you want the sound, okay? A few of you made a comment or two. It's going to go better tonight. The Jazz lost finally to the Miami Heat. Let's talk about it. The Hoops Nerd Show. Kiss the mic. All right, guys. I'm back. I think the problem was I need to talk into the mic, okay? Some filter has been added that wasn't there before, and for whatever reason, it's not picking me up, so I got to kiss the mic. It's probably just better policy anyway to talk into the mic when you do a show where it's required you to talk into a mic. All right, enough about that. Let's talk about the Miami Heat and the Utah Jazz. But before that, make sure you go to Prize Picks and sign up with promo code HoopsNerd. You'll get up to $100 matched. I'm actually doing a six-player flex play tonight. I followed, by the way, you want to do well on these, go follow Prop Bomb, go follow Sriracha DFS. I'm following a Sriracha DFS tonight. I just did one. He did a 6-1, and I'm following it. I put $20 down of my allowance. It's my money, and I could win up to $500, and it's tracking well. I'm pretty excited. So anyways, you could do it too. Go to prizepicks.com, use promo code HoopsNerd, use my promo code, support the channel, and I would appreciate it. And you'll have a lot of fun. All right, let's talk about this. Alexander Tufts, Built Ford Tough. How scared were you they were going to pull out a W? Thanks, ref. I don't know what it is. So here's my first initial thoughts, and we'll talk about the Heat first. While I bring this up, I'll mention that. To beat the Jazz, you have to play well, right? You can't just come and play the Jazz and just give half effort because they will beat you. The Jazz are good. The Jazz are a good team. Even with all these players, they play solid. At worst, the Jazz are a 500 team. If the team they play against plays well, the Jazz can lose the game. But if you don't bring your A game, the Jazz will beat you. You can't have like a half-effort game against the Jazz. Otherwise, you will lose. And the Miami Heat found that out tonight because the Jazz just never stop playing hard. They never stop coming hard. And the Miami Heat, they overcame them. So props to the Miami Heat. The Jazz played really well around that second quarter and actually had a lead for a good part of the game until the Heat kind of came back. And this Miami Heat team is interesting. They win in like very tough-nosed ways. They don't turn the ball over a lot. They get to the line a lot. They play defense. They are not like a super flashy team, but they are a team that figures out how to win games. And they do that every night, and that's just kind of the mantra of this team. Jimmy Butler, he has 24 points on 14 shots. You'll see he only shot 35% from the field, but that's, like I said, because, look, he goes to the free throw line 15 times and knocks down 13. That is very Miami Heat basketball with their ability to just get to the line. Look at this, 8 free throws for Adebayo, 6 for Hero. And their starting lineup played pretty well. I thought it was interesting they're starting Kevin Love that they got out of buyout. And he had a nice night, at least from shooting the ball. 11 points, he was a plus 10, and 2 for 5 from 3. So if he's spreading the floor and doing stuff like that, it's pretty nice for them. Adebayo and Love together makes a good rebounding duo. I don't know if Kevin Love can really defend certain studs. And we kind of saw that tonight with Lauri Markkanen, but the guy can shoot the ball, and he's a talented, skilled player. So pretty impressive. And Tyler Hero, to me, I had my AAU team that I was helping. I'm assistant coaching right now, AAU. And you can just tell Tyler Hero has been a baller from like age 3. That's just one of the things Tyler Hero makes me think when I watch him play. He just balls out like he's been playing since he could walk. And, tonight his shooting wasn't all that great, but he's still a positive on the floor. 6 rebounds, 2 assists. The Heat win this game without shooting the ball particularly well. I mean, look at this, 35%, 31%. I think a lot of that is honestly the Walker Kessler effect. He was awesome tonight. But you got to give credit to the Heat who found a way to win. Gabe Vincent was really hot from 3 and just from the field to start the game. 6 for 9 from the field, 4 for 6 from 3, 18 points, and he was a plus 15. It was really the bench, which is interesting because the Jazz bench is pretty... the Jazz got some big nights from some interesting players tonight, but this bench from the Heat wasn't all that great against the Jazz bench, which you would think they'd be better. Oladipo, They get Kyle Lowry back. Lowry looks pretty good. 3 for 6 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. 9 points, 4 assists as well. So interesting for the Miami Heat. All right, let's talk about the Utah Jazz now. They did what they were supposed to do. I wrote about it on SLC Dunk. The Jazz need to make a decision what they want to do for the rest of the year. And they were at the last spot in the lottery before this game and the final spot in the play-on. So they're basically the play-in. So they're like basically in the last place in everything you could want. For all of you who want them to just win games and make the playoffs, well, they're in the last place in the playoffs. Not even in playoff picture, it's the play-in. And for those who want the Jazz to lose games and tank, such as myself, you're in the last place in the lottery. Pick one. Pick one. You want to see something interesting that makes me mad? Indiana rested their 3 best players tonight, and they lose 117-97 to one of the worst teams in the NBA in Detroit. Indiana's decided what they want to do. The Jazz need to do the same thing. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? After tonight, 13 games left. 13. The next 5 opponents are tough. One of the games, though, in there is against the Portland Trail Blazers, and I want to see the Jazz do this against the Portland Trail Blazers. We're getting to the point now with 13 games left. There's not a lot left. The Jazz are, let's see. Let's actually pull this up. Let's look at the standings for the Jazz. With this loss, the Jazz fall out of the playoff picture completely. And that's a good thing because the Jazz need to get another player to team up with Lauri Markkanen. They've traded every veteran outside of Jordan Clarkson. And I guess if you consider Colin Sexton a veteran. But basically everyone else has been traded. Oh, and Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay, by the way, hit like multiple big shots tonight. It was driving me kind of nuts. But they've done this on purpose to lose games, and the Jazz still find ways because Will Hardy, one, is a wizard. And this Jazz team plays hard every night. It's credit to the players, and it's credit to the coaching staff that demands tough, hard play. And that's what they do. It's very Heat-esque, honestly. The Heat culture that everyone talks about. The Jazz have that as well now with Will Hardy. You didn't have that with Quinn Snyder. And so, interesting stuff. Lauri Markkanen had the worst shooting night of his career last game. I'm actually just going to refresh this just because I'm curious. Oh, mama. 500 might be coming my way, baby. But anyways, Lauri Markkanen goes 14 for 26. He goes 50% from 3. He took 12 of them. The efficiency is off the charts. Off the charts. 53, 50, 66. It's interesting he missed 2 free throws, and that was kind of the game. He doesn't miss free throws a lot like that. He's a upper 80s free throw shooter. That's interesting. But 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 38 points for Markkanen. The finisher was incredible tonight after a bad game last game. And it's just nice to see that, one thing that I've been so impressed with Lauri Markkanen this year is not necessarily even just the stats, which have been incredible. By the way, the sound's going well. I hope everyone makes a lot of comments about the sound and how good the sound is, okay? Because I got a lot of comments. I read them, okay? I'm doing my best. I am doing my very best, okay? I'm talking into this mic like this. I'm doing my best, okay? But anyways, Lauri Markkanen has just turned into just a stud. The numbers are incredible, but numbers don't tell the full story. Numbers don't tell the full story. He is playing with toughness and confidence like he's never played with before. I guess you could argue he did when he was with Eurobasket with Finland and absolutely showed out, but that's a different animal than the NBA. And he is playing with toughness, with confidence, with edge. He dunks on people. He's not afraid of anyone. He has a bit of nasty now, which I love. You guys know I love the nasty. That's a weird sentence. But anyways, I love it, okay? And he's not looking like he's slowing down at all. And I actually think, because we've seen Markkanen in the past have some injury things, which is part of the reason why I think you need to start thinking about resting him here and there. The worst thing ever would be to miss the playoffs, get a bad lottery pick, and then watch Lauri Markkanen get hurt with 5 games left or something like that, right? But what he does is, I think his confidence and his edge and his toughness has kept him healthy. And I'm knocking on wood. We don't want an injury. Please, basketball gods, please do not let something like terrible happen to him. But I actually think the confidence, the drive, the nasty, that I think in a way has helped him. I think you play with that confidence, you're very much not going to get, you're just going to, I don't know. I just think it helps. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. There's no analytics for that at all. But for whatever reason, it feels like that level of confidence helps him. And I just love him. I love him a lot. I love him with a very strong love and a very warm love and a hug. Kelly Olynyk had not quite. He didn't shoot the ball. I mean, 3 shots. And all of them were threes, which is interesting. 5 rebounds, 7 assists. So he was moving the ball. Kelly Olynyk is a little bit of a chameleon every night. He will do what it takes to win the game. And tonight it was not shooting the ball; it was passing it. Walker Kessler, we mentioned him before. I know the numbers don't look incredible. 7 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist. He was awesome tonight. And I know the plus minus isn't as great either, but he was solid tonight. He is turning into such a solid NBA veteran, and he's just a rookie. He plays so well. He plays above the rim. He plays incredible defense. He had a tough matchup tonight against Bam Adebayo, who's as good as anyone out there, top 5 center. He is really good, and Walker Kessler went toe-to-toe. And in our, Bam Adebayo, what were the numbers for Bam? Bam goes 50% from the field. He goes 16 and 9. Solid game, but I would just say that I think that Walker Kessler went toe-to-toe. He was just solid, and I love the toughness. I love the demeanor. He's so smart, and he's just getting better. I just love it, and I think he's even willing to take a 3. There was one part of the game where Walker Kessler pump faked on a 3, and Kevin Love, or was it Kevin Love or Adebayo? I think it was Adebayo. It forced Adebayo to come out and spread, and so I'm kind of excited to see Walker Kessler shoot some threes. I really want to see it, but that is only a small little element of his game we need to see, because everything else he's doing is fantastic. And really what I'd love to see from him is just more work around the rim, work on his touch, figure out little ways to improve on his little post game, baby hooks, things like that. And then let's also spread the floor. Let's give him chances to shoot the ball. Ochai Agbaji, the shot everyone's going to remember was the one at the end where he goes up and he should have lobbed the ball to Mr. Kessler. And instead he goes for the shot and the Jazz lose the game. I don't care. I actually think that's a fantastic ending to this game, because that's going to just teach Ochai. You know what? I think he was rushing. I think he's nervous. He's a rookie. This is is it just his 9th start on an NBA team? And I bet you if you or me were driving to the rim and it's your rookie year and you've got to go score over Bam Adebayo or Jimmy Butler, you're not maybe going to always make the best play the first time. So this is great practice for Ochai. He knows okay, I've done that. I know that I've got to use my teammates. If someone's open, get the easy pass to Kessler and dunk it, right? And that's great. The 3-point percentage is down right now, but that's going to go up because he's taking tougher shots. And I actually really love it. We saw in Summer League with Ochai Agbaji what he can do shooting the ball. And I think this is great. I mean, you'd like to see these numbers go up. They will. It's 9 starts. That's all he's had, So, watching him, and maybe I should go to Basketball Reference to verify that. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But anyways, this is going to go up. Ochai Agbaji is going to be awesome. He is going to be awesome. He is going to be a Danny Green type player that does a lot of things. In fact, I think he has a potential to be better than Danny Green, because we're seeing how he can drive to the rim. I mean, interestingly enough, he only took 5 threes tonight. That was half his shots. Normally, we've seen Ochai, his game is basically taking corner threes, which we know he can knock down, like it's a layup. The 1 3 he took was a knockdown corner 3. He is so good from the corner. But we're seeing him now take top of the 3-point line threes. We're seeing him drive to the hoop. 14 points for Ochai, 4 rebounds. This is great development. It's great. So, really nice to see. Talen Horton-Tucker struggled tonight. He had a monster game. Was it last game he had his monster game? I think he had near triple-double. And tonight he came down to earth a little bit. This could be also that it's the final game of a long road trip. And you see the numbers there. 3 for 13, 1 for 3. I wonder if he was probably a little exhausted. But that's what's crazy about this team. Markkanen, the fitness level of this team, I don't know if we talk about this enough, but great players are ones that don't get tired. And Lauri Markkanen has shown why he's great. Look at this, 53-50. This is the end of a road trip after a bad game, and he just absolutely powered the Jazz to a close game tonight. So really, good night, buddy. Good night to Gray. He's going to bed. Lauri Markkanen, just I can't say enough how impressive he was in so many moments tonight where it felt like he was the best player on the floor. He was just awesome. 38, 8, and just with these percentages, it's nuts. We'd like to see Lauri Markkanen probably improve on his playmaking. The 1 assist there. That's what will take him to another stratosphere, as a player. And that's okay. He's still young. I mean, he's the same draft as Donovan Mitchell. He might be younger than Donovan, to be honest. How old is Markkanen? 25? 25. So we're seeing Markkanen enter his prime right now. Like next year is usually you see guys enter their prime. It's like 25 to 30 is their prime years. So that's where Markkanen's at right now. He's becoming one of the most untradeable guys in the league too, to be honest. Considering his contract and what he's becoming, it's fantastic. Simone Fontecchio had a game, guys. Holy smokes, was he good tonight. 8 for 17, but he just did a lot of nice things. 5 rebounds. He had some moments where he was guarding in the post against the centers. 23 points on nice efficiency. Look at this. 5 for 11 from 3. The confidence is there. A +1 and a loss for the Jazz. Fontecchio was awesome. Just awesome. And it's nice to see because there was a point even just 2 weeks ago, I was like, is this guy even an NBA player? And now it's looking like the Jazz have a guy that can be a cornerstone bench player. I mean, you have some, if he's playing like this and shooting the ball like this and defending and rebounding and making smart moves, then you've got a guy that's in your core 10 for sure. Maybe he's one of your bench pieces, your 7 or 8 guys, but it's amazing what this Jazz team is finding out. And so Danny Ainge, Justin Zanuck, and the Jazz this offseason, depending on what happens with the draft, have so many different options. You can keep someone like Simone Fontecchio and trade someone else, or you can. It's just the options this Jazz team has, and the depth is amazing. Like I said, look at this: Rudy Gay trying to ruin the tank. Perfect from 3, 3 for 6 from the field, 8 points for Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay, oldest player on the. The funniest part about this Jazz team is if Jordan Clarkson does not re-sign with the Jazz next year, then Rudy Gay is the longest tenured Jazz man. And that is my favorite little fact about Rudy Gay. The second most time with this Jazz team than anyone. Pretty crazy. And I guess Doak, too, because Doak has more time. So, and my guess is Doak is not on the team next year. I don't think Doak is an NBA player, to be honest. It's just too bad. We were all rooting for Doak. We were all rooting for him, and I just don't think he's an NBA player. It's too bad. He can go make money in Europe and have more money than me, I can tell you that. Damian Jones has turned into a nice backup center for the Jazz. Look at this, +10 for Damian Jones. And plus-minus doesn't tell the whole story, but it is nice to see him kind of turning into just a solid backup center. This is a nice option for the Jazz. And even if the Jazz go into the draft and they're in like pick 27 in the first round and there's a super athletic big, then you probably take him. But if you don't, you have Damian Jones, and he makes like $2 to $4 million in that range. I wish the NBA.com. I wish this showed contract. But he's been in the league 6 years. He's a smart player. He's got incredible bounce, and he can actually spread the floor a little bit. So there's a lot to like about Damian Jones. And I know it's zeros, so it's a lot of talk about a guy that had 2 rebounds for in 12 minutes. But I thought he was solid tonight. Especially when Markkanen's doing this, it doesn't matter. When Fontecchio's scoring 23 off the bench, fantastic. And that's about it. I don't think I have anything else. So the Jazz lose tonight, which is really a positive, in my opinion, the best thing they can do. And the Jazz have, let's first, Tankathon is great, by the way. Everyone go support Tankathon by clicking on and go watching. It's just great. Let's see. Remaining schedule strength after tonight. The Jazz still have the number 1, although look at Indiana. They have a tough one. And Indiana was smart tonight, and the Jazz need to take a book or a page out of Indiana's book. When they play Portland in 2 games, you better be resting Markkanen. You better be resting these guys. We're in the end game now, as they say in Marvel. This is the end game. Got to figure it out. And as Doctor Strange said, there is only one way for this Jazz team to win a championship, and that's if they win this lottery or at least get a stud out of this draft. So the Jazz have the toughest schedule in the league. It should go pretty well for them. I mean, 1 loss and the Jazz jumped from from 14 to 11. This is updating as we go. And guess what? Toronto, they're trying. Chicago has no incentive to lose, so they're trying. Portland, Dame is trying. They didn't play him last game, which is annoying. We need to lose that game like I need a Snickers candy bar when I'm hungry. You know the commercial? Washington is trying, although they've lost 3 in a row. They suck at winning basketball games. But that's just the Washington Wizards, a history of sucking. And then Indiana's trying to tank. So I think the Jazz, if they can just get to this 7 spot, then I would be ecstatic. But the Jazz are at 11. It's about time now to do what we do. By the way, I'm going to refresh this just to check it out. Live, I don't care. Oh, mama. 1 out of 6. Yes, mama. 5 more to go, baby. All right. So let's see what the Jazz get if the lottery was tonight. Here, I gotta switch the screen. All right. Who's ready? Oh, the Jazz don't jump. But look at that. Chicago jumps 7 spots and keeps their pick. Unbelievable. The Jazz stay at 11. So what did the Jazz get at 11? Oh, boy. Bubble, 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 bubble. Cam Whitmore, baby. 6'7", absolute stud. Oh, if the Jazz come out of this draft with Cam Whitmore, I can't tell you how happy my chubby little heart will be. I will be so happy. I will jump up and down. The jiggling will be immense and hypnotizing. I can't believe they have Bryce Sensabaugh over Cam Whitmore. This is crazy. Is that really the consensus? That's crazy. You know what? I'm just curious. Let's go to the Ringer NBA draft where they have Cam Whitmore. So let's go to the Ringer NBA big board. They've pushed Brandon Miller to number 2. I disagree, but I guess it's your choice. Brandon Miller or Scoot Henderson, you cannot go wrong. They have Cam Whitmore at 6. That tells you how nice that would be. At 11, are you kidding me? That would be incredible. But according to this board, 11 gets you Anthony Black, baby. That's also sweetness. He is going to be nice. I mean, you never know until they join the league. Some guys pop, some guys don't. But my, oh my, if the Jazz got Anthony Black at 11, but that's why you've got to get to 7. You'd get a Sar Thompson at 7. Are you serious? Are you for real? Are you from Reality Town or Imagination Land? Are you kidding me? So anyways, lose more, Jazz. Lose more games. Lose more games. 13 left. Do we want to injure Lauri Markkanen in a season where we're not making the playoffs? I don't. I would not like to see that. That would hurt my feelings. And it would be a really big bummer. So let's not make that happen. Let's do the right thing. All right. I'm talking to the mic. Was the audio good? Was the audio good? I want some people to let me know if the audio was good, because I think it was. A lot of you let me know that the audio was not, and it hurt my feelings a tiny bit. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just kidding. It didn't hurt my feelings. Okay, let's pull this up. We have to give a shout out to our all-stars. These are the best people that are alive on this planet. These are the people that make the sun rise in the morning and the beautiful sunset at night as the Jazz lose a perfect game to the Miami Heat. Played well, showed that they're tough, and then lose the game so that they can get on their way to Victor Wembanyama. All right, let's go shout out to our all-stars. Baby Elliot Matson, Ezekiel Recibe, the man from down under, See ya, Alexa Later, Bill Ford Tough, Alexander Tufts, Jorge Arrizaga, mi amigo de Bajo, Jordan the Goat Best Roll, Just Buckets, JB, Zap Watts, TGD, Total Game Domination, Christian House, Money to Haas, Tyson Price, The Price is Right, X Marks the Spot, Presentus, Austin, our Grant Editor Extraordinaire, DW the CB, Darren Williams, the Carlos Boozer, Petra Kukubo, the Connoisseur, and Robert, Hall of Fame. Guys, thank you. The audio works. Thank you. I appreciate it. Turns out if you have a mic, you have to talk into it. All right, so we're going to do a lot more of this, okay? But anyways, like and subscribe to the channel. Go to PrizePicks, use promo code HoopsNerd. Then go follow Prop Bomb and Sriracha DFS, and they will do the work for you. For real. But anyways, guys, I will talk to you next time.